Should people retire the term white privilege? That's something that I've noticed.
Yeah, I think academically, I think it's fine. I think it's important things to understand privilege, but it's just a mind rot thing. It's not even worth bringing up, even if it's a true concept. Yeah. It's the same thing with toxic masculinity. Typically in society, when you talk about quote unquote white privilege, there's like a default archetype to a citizen in the United States, and they tend to be white, tend to be male. And when you are this archetype, if you ever have a problem in life, it's never going to be because of one of those two categories. You're never going to be inhibited by doing something in the United States because you're white, except maybe banned from Twitter. Or you're never going to be kept from doing anything because you're a man. Like, these are just alien experiences to white people and to men, because it's just not typically the case. You can really do whatever you want, except for what you don't have the ability to do. Whereas if you're a woman, or if you're black, or if you're Hispanic, or if you're Asian in certain areas, especially if you're Asian, depending on school you want to go to, you can start to run into barriers where it's like, fuck, like my race or my gender is playing against me. It doesn't really happen with white men. That's what the privilege is.
But it depends on the environment that you're in, right? Like if you're like somewhere like
Destiny, I got another question for you, man.
What's up?
So I'm curious about something. You said something the other day. I forget who you were talking to, but you said, "Oh yeah, the anti-white thing that Mr. Girl did. Was that interesting or what? What the hell?" He said all the same things that I say, but you call him a Nazi for it. What the hell, man?
Girl is a slur.
Yeah, is that dude seriously on a redemption arc?
No.
Is that what he's going for? I don't know.
He's the worst he's ever been right now.
Mr. Girl is based. Okay. Yeah, because he's based.
No, Mr. Girl is a fucking, like,
100%.
dude, he's so ruled by his mental illness, it's hard to trust anything he fucking says.
Super based. Brittany, is it true that you're mad about trans porn because you clicked on a fucking profile and started looking at trans porn?
Wait, are you doing me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I freaked the fuck out. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't even know the porn was. You know what? I'm not doing this again. Okay.
Wait, don't you literally have to click to like see not safe for work pictures?
I click those things. I didn't know that there was even porn allowed on Twitter. I didn't know that.
What do you think it says when it says like warnings?
I just click things all the time and nothing's ever come up like that. And all of a sudden I'm seeing Taj's dick
pop out her dick.
But regardless,
wait, but regardless, you can't get mad at anybody but yourself.
Yes, I can. Why not?
Because it literally is all labeled. Like it is what it is.
It didn't say, hey, don't click on this because Taj's dick is gonna come out. I didn't see that.
It's literally a not safe for work profile, and it says click this if you want to.
Click things all the time. I click things all the time, and I don't see.
That sounds like a you. That's a you problem. No, that's a you problem.
It might be a me problem now. I know, but I mean, I didn't know at the time.
That's fine, but you can't get mad at anybody else just because you can't read the fucking disclaimers.
Why not? I feel like I can get pretty mad. I am.
Okay, well.
To see a penis, it makes you mad?
A tranny penis, by the way. Okay.
Why a tranny penis?
Because it's not good. I just can't.
Because it's not good. More ontologically.
If you're gonna be a woman, if you want to be a woman, go all the way. Why are you advertising the main thing that makes you a dude? You're not committed then. You're not committed to being a woman then.
Bottom surgery is really expensive. It can be really traumatic. You might not get good results. Like there's a lot of reasons why people might want to go through with the full bottom surgery.
And don't advertise your dick on Twitter, especially for free.
You're allowed to. It's literally the platform lets you do it.
I know, and that's a problem. I don't like that.
I think the
write a letter to Jack or
comes to gender roles. I think that if more gay men could just be gay men who dress feminine and not call themselves women, it would solve the issue. This is why I believe in gender abolition.
I didn't like any of it. And
good luck with that. Yeah.
Gender abolition. No, I like being a man.
My utopian pipe dream is valid.
It's not. Abolition sounds retarded. I like being a man. I don't like
abolition in principle.
You don't believe in Jewish abolition?
Definitely. Oh no. See, look, you gotta press the button, huh? You gotta do it.
No, he believes in abolition, right, Meow?
No, I don't believe in the abolition of a man. The Jew,
I believe in fat people.
I'm not gonna say much about that.
The Jew
abolition.
He likes Jews, so. And it was got like
man, abolish reality, man.
So
it's got to get boring at some point. Hold on, it's been years now. It's got to be boring obsessing over Jews, no? Was it not?
No, it's fucking great.
No point.
Hey,
when I wake up, Jew. When I go to the bathroom, Jew. When I drink my coffee, Jew. When I walk out of my apartment, Jew.
different.
Hey, this girl's the one that
Okay.
brought up Jews first, just so we're clear. She's the one that keeps bringing it up.
Well,
Not us.
yeah, real.
She wants the anti-Semitism.
She wants
Yeah.
it. She wants
I
That's
it.
want it.
Little
I'm
Freudian.
recovering degradation.
She's
kink,
having a
yeah.
Freudian.
What is
Oh, no.
Wait, I have a question. Was that like your thing on OnlyFans? Was
Stop it, Brandy, stop it.
what? I
I
don't
should-
know.
maybe
There we
listen.
go.
Maybe I should have hacked more into capitalism with that. But no, that was never my thing. I think the Jewish stuff is funny because it's just like absurd. I
I
think
don't know
that,
what you're talking about.
I think that most people should laugh at bigoted stuff instead of like being super
So,
serious about
All
it.
right, I'm
Is it
sorry.
just
I
a
didn't listen.
happenstance that you're in porn and you're Jewish? Is that just?
I do have a question. I didn't listen to most of this conversation or whatever, but are you trying to abolish OnlyFans or are you trying to
No.
like tear it down in some fashion? Okay.
No, I think that OnlyFans is actually like a really safe alternative to like other forms of sex work, at least in the present moment. I think that also like people who are online and doing sex work should unionize so that they have like greater protections. Or people who are doing online and otherwise. should unionize.
Unions suck. I can tell you that. I'm in a union myself.
Unions suck, but I think that if you're in a position that's like extremely dangerous, like sex work, it's going to exist whether or not we like try to abolish it. The only
Contrary to popular belief, unions actually don't protect your jobs.
Really?
No,
Wait, what do you
Unions
think
suck.
unions
It's
do?
Dixie
Wait, what do you think
forever.
unions do?
They're supposed to, but they don't.
Then why do they
Trust
exist?
me.
Okay,
Why
don't
would-
trust the government, I guess. Everything's a lie.
They exist to protect your jobs, but
Oh my God, that's so dumb.
they actually do not protect your jobs in the sense that they protect jobs for those who are in the pockets. If you understand what I'm
The
saying.
Jews.
Don't you all pay dues?
Not the Jews, but just
Okay,
whoever is like
fucking-
in control.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Okay, just saying.
Yeah, but anyway, that's what I believe. I think that OnlyFans also has an incentive to get like a bunch of like 18-year-old and very young girls onto the platform. There's things like referral programs and stuff. I think that we should definitely light a fire under OnlyFans's ass to make it a little more ethical, just in stuff like that. Like there's a lot of girls who at 18 are falling down this like.
Wait, did you just say burn the Jews?
Yeah, I did.
I have a question. Do you
Well-based.
you said you're in a relationship. Is that with a guy or a girl?
A man.
Okay. And how long have you been with him for?
3 years.
3 years. Do you guys plan on having kids? What did he think about your
A
OnlyFans?
bunch. He's never cared. He's like a modern man in the fact that he's just like never. I think that he's also very unique. A lot of people would call him soy, but I think he's a unique man in the sense where his masculinity is more like a divine masculine instead of like an outward masculine. So like things like taking care of me, things like valuing me as like a partner who like nurtures. Like obviously, we have a bunch of animals, and he really loves the fact that I nurture.
So he's like feminine.
He likes the fact that I'm the feminine in the relationship for sure. Obviously.
You just said he was nurturing. Is that
He's
a masculine?
the
No,
convenient
he
masculine.
enjoys that about me. He enjoys that about me. More than the fact that I'm like my sexual self. And so I think that he can separate those two things. And also he works a job that's not, he's the CMO of Ridge Wallet. I'm doxing myself. So he understands. People already fucking know this about me. People already know this about me, but he's the CMO of Ridge Wallet. So he's doing these things like capitalism is like his fucking bread and butter. That's like what he makes money off of, and he makes really good money. So he understands the need for it. And also, I don't act in person. I don't act like a sex worker or what you would think a sex worker does. I'm pretty good at separating it. I'm not like a super sexual person in real life. So I think he's never. I think he just sees me as like a best friend too, and we have like nice, cute. Sex instead of like.
What will he do when a black girl comes knocking on your door?
Okay, all right.
A black girl or a black man?
A black man.
Oh boy.
Is he the bull in this
Yes.
situation?
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely, 100%, 1000%.
Yeah, I think that will happen definitely in the near future.
Oh.
Are you
happen.
offering? Are you offering?
Am I offering?
Send picture of cock
boy.
and we'll see.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm not doing that.
Let's not
It's
go that
about-
far. Let's just keep it
that's
simple.
Okay, all right. This is getting weird. Stop it. Stop it. How did you guys meet?
Are you hitting on me?
Shut up, Tenryu.
Dating app.
A dating app? Okay. And so did he know that you were an OnlyFans girl when you guys got together?
Not when we met, like the first date, no. But
So
by
you
the
only
second date,
catfished him?
Catfish.
If he were to ask you like just stop hopping in OnlyFans, like
I
how
would
would that work
I would
about?
never date anyone who thought that they had control over my body.
Well, it's not control necessarily. It's just like you share.
I wouldn't know.
Photos of yourself.
No, I would never
online.
date anyone who felt ownership over my body.
Oh, okay. So
I can make
the
my
fact
own
that-
shitty decisions with my body. he can have an influence. Like, I don't like what this is doing to you. But if he can't control me.
So you don't think him dating you, like, you know, excluding all of those other women, you know, just to invest his time with you, it's not enough for you to, like, you know, maybe limit yourself to just like one man?
I invest all my time with him. I just post pictures onto the forum, and I don't interact with any of those men.
Why am I getting baited by these stupid fucking threads? What? This... Is there a source for this? U.S. life insurance companies have said that deaths have an unexplainable increase by 40% in 18 to 49-year-olds. Is that true?
Does
anybody have a link to, like...
overwhelming and unexplainable increase in all-cause deaths among 18 to 49-year-olds. Along with that, there's also been an increase in certain medical diagnoses such as miscarriages and Bell's palsy. Here to give us her take.
Cams are blocking? Just listen to what I said. You don't need to see the news guy.
On the new data and what she believes could be a specialist.
Good morning, Jason. Thanks for having me.
Okay, we want to make
It's like he's
Def.
muted.
Oh wait, no, here's back.
It's Def. Are you there, Destiny? You hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
So
are you
about your
drunk?
debate with
It's always like
the
this
whole
now.
white grievance, whatever, with Mr. Girl, this was like kind of interesting. Like I heard a lot of things that
Yeah,
Mr.
that's what
Girl
I wanted to
said
talk about.
did you agree with, like, let's say 80 or 90% of what Mr. Girl was saying?
He did.
I'd have to go
On
back
his
and
takes on,
listen,
like,
but maybe I don't.
The white grievance.
I actually have something because
Because I've
Go ahead.
noticed that a lot of, like, you didn't push back on. You just like sort of sat there and
Silencing
let him take
women.
all the punch,
they'll do that. They don't
and
care.
sort of I don't know if that's like a.
I would
I don't know
have to
what's
know
making
which
that up.
claims in particular you're referring to, but like I think
I got one. Because you were talking to Mr. Girl before he was going to go talk to Richard Spencer and like kind of preparing him, thinking Richard Spencer was the older Richard Spencer. And then you said that you were doing like a devil's advocate thing, but then you used all of those same devil advocate arguments in your Mr. Girl panel. Which is it?
So
Kyle?
listening to you guys and progressives argue about things is like watching somebody standing on like two different sides of a three-dimensional rectangle and like arguing what the shape is, where one person sees a square and the other person sees a rectangle, and anytime you acknowledge the other person's reality, they think that you're saying that they're right about everything, when what I'm telling you is you're missing half the picture every time. Like, yeah, of course there are issues relating to people shitting on white people, and yeah, of course there are issues with like companies selectively, you know, enforcing certain things depending on the race of the person. These are definitely problems, but you guys will hear that and you'll like fucking cream your fucking pants, but then you won't acknowledge any of the issues that exist on the other side. So that's the irritating thing that I have. But
So here's the thing that I heard that stood out to me is you said, you basically agree that all these issues are real. The anti-white stuff is pervasive now, and that it's a problem.
on social
that
media,
it
yeah,
has a-
for sure.
Yeah.
Right, and
But
that
it's
has
not
a
as
real
bad as
effect on people's
slavery.
lives. Well, and that has
It's slavery, but I think that you should also acknowledge that social
Well, hold
media influences
Yeah, of
society.
course, it's bad. I acknowledge it's
Right.
bad, of course.
And-
Would you agree
and
with
so
Mr.
here's-
Okay, wait, let me finish. What's
Yeah,
that?
yeah. So what I'm getting at here is that. Sorry, I just blocked this off.
Don't hold
What I'm
it.
getting at here is you said you think that this is like it's what's the word used? Like fresting, like it's about to stop or get better soon, and that's how you kind of dismiss that. But
I'm not
Like, what
dismissing
if
it. I'm
you're
saying it's
wrong
a
about
huge
that?
problem, and I think that people are getting tired of like a lot of the cancel culture and like Me Too related stuff, and you're seeing more pushback on it now than you have before. But you guys, with your narratives, you can't say that because it always has to be the end of the fucking world with you guys. So I understand for you, you want it to never get better because part of your marketing
don't put
has
them
to
in
be
a box.
Yeah, I would
literally the fucking end of the world.
Yeah. Destiny.
I would agree with you that there is definitely kind of a tipping point, and some people are starting to push back a little bit. But I wouldn't say it's probably disagree on like how much it's starting to.
I mean, you would argue to some extent somebody like Trump represents like a big societal pushback.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Dude, it's me.
I don't know. That's what I thought when he got elected. But then it's like, I don't know. It kind of emboldened all of that shit. Like, it only kind of accelerated all the fucking the gayness and the SJW shit.
Go ahead, Mia.
Okay, here's the thing, dude. It's me. I'm that pushback. I'm that guy that you've been waiting for. The guy that's saying, hey, that's enough of this. Hey, we need to stop it. Hey, let's pump the brakes on all this anti-white stuff. It's becoming a problem because if it doesn't stop, then yeah, it is the end of the world for the whole white race, okay? So
yeah, I don't think that's never going to
and
happen. I don't think that we're going to have an end to the white race.
It is.
Well,
absolutely.
Because you think that think things will balance out. But who's going to balance it out? It's not going to be the people of color. It has to be white people to say, hey, that's enough. Hey, let's stop this anti-white stuff. Hey, that's enough, equity in Congress or whatever. Like, that's the only way it's going to slow down, right? Is if white people say
I just don't know why you're like victimizing yourself. You're acting kind of like a little like pussy bitch. Why don't you act like a man and just like get over it?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, sure.
Act like
you should just roll over and die, except that your country's dying.
But are you a bitch to cry about
by
it?
the third world.
Hey, we can do that, but I mean, you have to apply that to like literally every demographic. So I mean,
This
like,
is why women shouldn't.
You literally throw that
anything.
against like at any other argument. So I mean, I don't know.
I love like
you guys say to, like that's what you guys say to like women. So I wanted to say it to you.
True.
It's sort of like the same.
Like in
thing.
what context? They say
No,
that
like women cry and like beg for something else other than what they have, and the patriarchy, and you guys are like, I get used to it. So and I can't do the same to you.
Like women with their
Talking
hands
about
out
what?
asking for shit, or like what's like the context there?
Right, but talking about immigration policy is not like complaining about the nature of the world and how things work. Okay, that's like a very easy thing. We've stopped it multiple times before. Like we have the power to do that, and I'm
So immigration policy. So like brown people or like everyone?
Just brown people.
Yeah, brown people gotta go.
Yeah, Tenry.
Okay, Tenry, that's
They gotta go.
we get it.
Send them back.
Oh, and Jews.
Oh, definitely Jews. They gotta fucking go.
I'm not in the ethno state.
I don't. Have you guys ever had a latke? They're pretty good. A blintz? Have you guys
No,
had
and
a
I don't
blintz?
fucking want one.
Fucking goyim.
Sounds
What would be your
disgusting.
objection? What I'm not sure her name.
She's trying to deceive us with her sorcery.
Subverting.
Lavloon, yes, that is
Alright,
me.
I've
What would be your
been
objection
dealing
to-
with Jews my entire life? I'm speaking to two of them right now. I'm on to you.
Is someone else here secretly Jewish?
Secretly.
Destiny is.
No, I'm half. But
Destiny's BFF.
Oh, nice.
Are you like BFFs with Mr. Girl, Destiny?
I think he is.
Yeah, I'd say he's a
They're
close
actually
friend,
gay
yes.
lovers.
they have like a weird similar.
That's your best friend, you said?
I said we're very close friends. Yeah.
Yeah, I just watched your conversation
Nick
with
Fuentes is-
Erudite.
That's important.
Yeah, Nick is your best
kinda
friend.
funny.
Destiny.
Nick's your best friend.
Did you see his Telegram
Yeah,
afterward?
Look
Wait,
at how much he lights up every time he sees you.
I'm not friends with Nick anymore because he sleeps in too late. He needs to fix his degenerate fucking sleep schedule if he wants to be friends with
Nick
me.
said on the Telegram after, it's like, I don't know why Destiny said we're not best friends. Maybe he was nervous. We're definitely best friends.
I'm still waiting for that conversation with Lauren Southern and Nick. I don't know.
Well, he slept through the last chance to have it, so I don't know if we're gonna have it now. Who knows?
Come on. we put it to
Destiny,
next
what's-
week.
Like Lauren.
Nick is allowed to be. Nick is allowed to be
pill
late.
Lauren.
You can
Destiny,
what?
Nick's allowed to
are
be late.
you talking
He's
about?
Afro Latino, okay?
Are you talking
No.
about starting like a fucking newsprint? Or like a,
Yeah, like a podcast or something with it.
Something like the Daily Wire would be a lot of fun. I think. I don't know if we'll see.
like something like that under I don't know, like your view.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Some omni-liberal version.
Another Jewish publication? No,
Yeah,
thank you.
Base.
Yeah, I'd like to see you come up here to the Northwest and go to like PSU or some shit and do like one of your Q&A panels or something.
Yeah.
I think it'd be pretty interesting.
Mr. Girl told everyone I was a pedophile.
What? No, he didn't. Did he?
To be fair, I mean, it was one kid. It was one kid.
Nice.
Wait, what?
Good one.
What?
Shocking. Wow.
Bro,
Okay, fine, it was
Whoa.
2 kids. It was 2 kids.
What are you talking
Even
about?
funnier. Holy shit.
She's making pedophile jokes to impress Destiny because he's the king of
True, I love pedophile jokes.
Wait, I want you to elaborate on this a little bit. What?
I love to talk about this because I love to talk shit about Mr. Girl. But he basically, I was talking to Steven about porn and how harmful it was and how the first time I watched porn I was 11 and that's fucked up. And this is when my OnlyFans was still up, but I wasn't active on it. And he didn't know that obviously because I had the announcement.
Up when you were 11?
No. This was how many days ago? Like 4 days ago that me and Destiny talked.
OnlyFans, come on, Brittany.
Yeah, it was up when I was 11. No, but he had said that like he said he was watching the stream and then he banned me from his Discord because he said that me talking about porn at 11 was like too hot. Yeah, it was like too hot. And that was an ad for my OnlyFans, and I was just like, "What the fuck is your deal?" And then he said he went on his Discord and was like, "This is the first person I'm personally banning." He's just a fucking hack. Like he's such a hypocrite. Like I think he's a world championship grifter. I used to really, really love him, but his shit now is just so fucking stupid. He's
heard
just pandering.
This actually, we watched this the other day, and I remember him talking about somebody who was like a pedophile in his Discord, and so that's you.
Yeah. I have lore. I have lore now.
Wow. All right. It's all together now. Well,
yeah, based off of nothing. I think that honestly he's very mad at me because the last time we spoke, Steven facilitated like a death match between me and him, and he looked so fucking stupid, and I think his like ego is smashed. So he's just like out to get me. He just wanted a reason.
We have to like drag him by the freaking ear to get him over into these communities because he's so worried about the whole anti-Semitism thing. Like
You talking about Mr. Girl? Or?
Yeah, it freaks him out. We were watching his race panel, and everybody was really surprised with how he was.
Yeah, like one thing I've noticed, he's like a real person.
During that, Destiny,
he's like very authentic. Yeah. It's like the stuff he says, he doesn't give a shit who hates it or whatever. He's just gonna say what he thinks. That's something I like about Mr.
Hunter. I don't know. Like Mio thought that maybe he was doing something like he does with the pedophilia thing, where he's say something really controversial to and using that kind of route. Now
I think a lot of the stuff he said, he like meant it.
Well, when he made the post about how he was doing it, he was saying that he doesn't want anybody that's actually interested in the topic to join the panel, and so I thought maybe he just didn't want anybody like white nationalist communities for him to look like he's siding with them. So maybe that was why he didn't.
It might also be that like if you're a Jewish guy, being around a bunch of like quasi Nazis is a little bit weird too, right?
Well, I'm around them, and what the hell? Handle it.
Grow up.
He's being a little bit of a pussy. I'm not gonna lie. I deal with their anti-Semitism all the time, so he needs to stop being a little bit of a bitch. But yeah,
I think he's a grifter. I think he's doing this whole. I think honestly, I think that he's just a fucking narcissist who loves attention, loves exposing himself. He says that he loves exposing himself to women sexually. He loves exposing his like emotions to men and women. It's a complete narcissistic pathological need, and he's capitalizing off of it, which like go ahead, do what you want. We live in capitalism. We live in a society. But I think anyone saying that this is like true vulnerability, that he's like doing anything like for us is fucking ridiculous. He's doing it for him.
Well, I mean, to some extent, all content creation that you engage in is going to be for yourself. But I think he's genuine in his expression. I don't think he's like faking anything.
Right.
No, I think that he does farm outrage. Like, I don't think it's faking, but I think he definitely like he farms for sure. He's grifting. He does.
What do you think is what do you think is a view that he holds? It's not genuine.
I think the whole like cancel culture sentiment, and
you think he's pro
pro
cancel culture, but secretly he just doesn't want to admit it, or what do you mean?
I think that there are things that he does that are like not morally consistent. Like when he said that I was a pedophile for like nothing, and then you literally in that fucking same stream were like, I was asking you what the age of consent should be, and you were like, it depends on how hot the kid is, which is funny, right? That's funny.
Well,
but then we'll read into something I'm saying, and then
so whether he has a personal issue with you, that might be the case for sure.
Sure, that's fine. If he disconnected me because he didn't like me, that would be different.
Okay, I don't know why you're screaming.
But he tried to literally, he tried to like cancel me.
I don't know why you're screaming right now.
Didn't you just be in denial of the fact that he just like took a side that you were like not expecting from him?
What do you mean?
Mr. Girl, like, couldn't you like just somehow be in denial of the fact that he just said certain things that you were just like not expecting from him, and you just like accusing him of like grifting now or something?
No, I think that he literally does grift. He's like, I mean, that's why his community in itself is at odds with each other. Like, they don't even know what he don't even know what his point is. Like, he's constantly flip-flopping, like, oh no, we should be really empathetic, but also we should be super hard on this, but also we should be very empathetic. Like, I don't know. Nothing is actionable. He's just fucking talking.
Well, I mean, you have to talk first to like make some sort of change.
No, sure, but he's not prescribing, like, he's saying a whole big nothing burger. Like, he does nothing.
Maybe like adding nuance to the conversation. Could that be like a...
No, he doesn't even add fucking nuance because he takes hard positions.
How does taking hard positions mean you don't add nuance?
When he's talking about fucking trans people, like, there's no the way that he thinks of it, like, there's no nuance in the way that he fucking talks about trans people. Like, sure, I genuinely think he's just outrage farming.
I don't think he's just outrage farming. I think he's pretty.
I think that he has manipulated you, and you are. I'm genuine. Like, I think that genuinely he has manipulated you.
I think she's right.
Yeah, if you disagree with her, bro, you're manipulated.
Never mind. Yeah, you're right. Fuck me. What was I thinking? Obviously, I'm manipulated. I can't possibly disagree.
The Jew agreeing with the other Jew. How typical.
Well, two of us could make. Are you full Jewish or you have?
Technically, my mom's Jewish, so I'm full Jewish.
Okay, but you're just one.
Yeah. And I'm not even practicing. It's just like racially, I guess.
Most people in America are not. So
you celebrate
you
Christmas?
are practicing. You have the Baphomet tattooed on you.
Yeah, you have the Baphomet. You're a former OnlyFans star. You got the whole package going there.
Yeah, that's true. This is your brain on mental illness and unbridled access to the internet.
No, I think being an OnlyFans girl is your brain on mental illness, actually.
Yeah, I don't know.
I agree.
This black bull won't be knocking on that door.
I think if I type projection...
What? Why do you keep taking it there? It's a little sus.
If I were to ask you, like, what's your OnlyFans? Like, what would be your reaction to that?
I don't have one anymore.
Let's say if you did.
Yeah, my onlyfans.com / the Jewish question.
The Jewish.
No, but like, honestly speaking, like, if I were to ask, if you still had an OnlyFans, and I were to ask you, like, what is it? Like, what would be your reaction to that?
Knowing that, like, I'm only
I think he's
whatever it is. But
if you meet somebody on the street and they ask you, like, what's your OnlyFans, if they hear about it or whatever, and they ask you, like, how did you react to those people? Is I think what he's.
I would say you can look for yourself on onlyfans.com / coat hanger abortion.
Right, but wouldn't that like make you feel a certain way knowing that those people like going to like watch naked pictures of yourself?
Yeah, that's why I stopped.
But you were okay with it. But
yeah.
Why?
I think I convinced myself I was okay with it because it was like a survival. Like, I had to make money, so I had to just like shut that part of my brain off. I had to like not feel how it was affecting me.
What do we do to deserve? I don't know. What else do you want me to do? I don't have anybody else to talk to. What do you guys want me to do? Do this, I'll go nap again. I have literally nothing else to do tonight. It's 9:39.
How it made me feel like shit.
Right, but couldn't that rationale be used for anyone who just like loses their job, for any woman? It's like, okay, well, I have nothing else left, so let's go back to it or whatever, right?
Yeah, I don't think this is just a female feeling. I think that this is a grief that we all deal with because we all live in a society for different things.
Sounds a little like female hysteria to me, I won't lie.
I am very hysteric. I am very hysteric.
Maybe got the papers.
Neurotic AF.
There's probably, I'm guarantee there's like a bunch of sections in OnlyFans.
He's just like tired. He's just, you know, Destiny, I've listened to your streams a little bit, like tuned in a couple times.
Oh yeah.
The people that you talk to, like your server, your crowd, your people, they're insufferable. They're all like a worse version of you that's like annoying to talk to. And I think you know it, that they're all like annoying people. And now you're here and we're fun and we're having a good time. So perk up a little bit, okay?
Yeah,
Destiny is in yourself. I'm fucking bored.
Yes, I think he's.
Got the 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah, we're just hanging out.
He just hates
Destiny, let me ask you like a funny question, actually. Like, do you ever feel like you have to hold back on, like, you know, when you have like a conversation with, let's say, like a black nationalist or whatever about race? Like, do you sometimes feel like you have to hold back on saying certain things that you know are right, but you know, just you sort of like let them outrank you in a way because you know they're black?
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's like, let's say reparations, like, because during that conversation, I think it was like 2 days ago, or whatever, with Mr. Girl, like, you were not pushing back the same way you would, like, if you were talking like a right winger or whatever, right?
Right.
So like and something else too. Like there's like you were letting Mr. Girl take a lot of the shots, and like you would only jump in when it was like safe enough for you to say something.
But I need to know like what dude. I've never held back my entire life for anything. Like it's probably my biggest character flaw.
I don't think you push back the same way you would like if you were talking like a right winger.
That's the thing.
So.
He said a lot of things that are
funny that both sides think you go easy on the other.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
We said things that a lot of your followers and your people, and I think even you in the past, have pushed back on immensely. Like, no, you need to study to prove that. You need to study. You need to cite me 3 examples of studies
this is
anti-right white rhetoric.
Same thing with Hunter Avalon. Holy shit, this guy did not say a word to contradict Destiny. Like, I don't know if you guys know.
Okay, this is a rule for this, okay? If you're going to say that I said or did something, I need an example so I know what you're talking about, okay?
Yeah, let me scan through like the whole fucking 5 hours.
I will say because Mio keeps saying I'm treating things differently. If you guys think that's the case, just tell me what it's different and I can explain why it was different. But when I don't know what you're referring to specifically.
Yeah, what we think reparations for or against Destiny.
I think reparations are a really sketchy topic. From a political point of view, I think they're probably always not a good... Do you want an answer, or what do you want me to say? Never mind.
I want an answer.
My fucking dick. Okay. The answer is that from a political point of view, it's probably always going to be a loser topic because it's such an incredibly divisive topic. From like an actual legal or ethical or moral point of view, I mean, like if there are things that governments agreed to and those agreements, like, you know, haven't been fulfilled, then I think there's a strong argument to be made for like, yeah, there should be some sort of like reparation given here because the U.S. government or whoever promised something and didn't deliver on it, I think is okay.
All right, here's another question. Should people retire the term white privilege? That's something that I noticed.
Yeah, I think academically, I think it's fine. I think it's important things to understand privilege, but it's just a mind rot thing. It's not even worth bringing up, even if it's a true concept. The same thing with toxic masculinity. Like, it's not even worth talking about because.
Agree. When we were talking about that earlier, I was like, I don't even want to.
Like outside of schools, like you would not be discussing those topics.
I never used against like a right winger or somebody whose mind I'm trying to convince of something. I would never in my entire life, bring up white privilege. That's like an instant conversation. Like people's minds just get like enraged.
But would you agree with Mr. Girl? I think this is the point that he make when discussing the topic is that when you say white privilege, you're sort of like making the argument like white is sort of like it's like a privilege. It's something that should be taken away from white people as opposed to just like making it the norm to be like you could just treat it in a fair manner as opposed to just
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of a weird way to go about the argument, but because we're not gonna have everybody treat everybody.
But you seem to agree with him.
I mean, like I kind of sort of. I don't know if people are thinking about it that way. I don't think people really think about it that way. Like if we call it this, it's gonna change how people like approach it. I don't know. I don't even know how many people like critically engage with the topic of like privilege anymore. Like that was just like
right. But if you call it a privilege, that is something that's like a favoritism, like towards a particular person. Wouldn't you agree with that?
No, like semantically, it just doesn't work that way. Like again, I think I even brought these examples up later. Like arguably, we all have like it is an incredible privilege to be healthy. Like if you don't know, you don't know. But if you talk to somebody that's disabled, like to be able to wake up every morning and not have a bad back or be able to move your body, that is such an incredible privilege. But like that quote unquote privilege, that's like the default state of a human body. Like it should be seen as
so why call it a privilege, right?
Because that's how we use the language. Like a privilege usually means like, oh, there's an advantage you might have compared to somebody else. It's a privilege, right? Or you might have the privilege
like not being fully blind is like a privilege.
Yeah, or like you might have the privilege of coming from a really good family, but that should be the default. Everybody should want it, but it's not. But I don't think people hear like, oh, it's a privilege, so we need to take away good families, or we need to take away health.
You'll be saying that white privilege would be considered a privilege in the same sense that like someone who's not fully blind, it's like.
Yeah, when I say typically in society, when you talk about quote unquote white privilege, there's like a default archetype to a citizen in the United States, and they tend to be white, tend to be male, and when you are this archetype. If you ever have a problem in life, it's never going to be because of one of those two categories. You're never going to be inhibited by doing something in the United States because you're white, except maybe banned from Twitter. Or you're never going to be kept from doing anything because you're a man. Like these are just alien experiences to white people and to men, because it's just not typically the case. You can really do whatever you want, except for what you don't have the ability to do. Whereas if you're a woman, or if you're black, or if you're Hispanic, or if you're Asian in certain areas, especially if you're Asian, depending on school you want to go to, you can start to run into barriers where it's like, fuck, like my race or my gender is playing against me. It doesn't really happen with white men. That's what the privilege is.
So it depends on the environment that you're in, right? Like if you're like somewhere in like Japan or something, right?
Of course.
A white person will face the same. Right.
Yeah, that'll change depending on where you go. But then also the reason why privilege is so hard to understand is because there are going to be some people who, even if you have a ton of privilege, it doesn't matter, right? Like if some kid is dying in the hospital at 7 years old from leukemia, he might be white, he might be from a wealthy family, so he's an incredibly privileged kid, but if he's dying from fucking leukemia, he's not going to want to hear that. Or if you've got like a white dude that lives in a trailer park, whose family is fucked and, drugs all around them, like, do they have white privilege? Yeah, they're not fucked in their life because they're white, but that messaging doesn't work for them. They're going to feel like a...
I think so loud.
Yeah, nice. But yeah, so that's why I usually the privilege thing is just garbage.
Yeah, I have noticed this thing, Destiny. It seems like you've kind of moved away from like the debunker mentality all the time. From like, do you have a source from that? And you are trying to appeal somewhat to like anecdotes, because like it ties into like what you're saying about like one person sees a rectangle, the other sees a square. So it seems like you are like kind of trying to appeal more to like the everyday street level view. Is
because nobody thinks in terms of like studies or like epistemically. They're not like, oh, I need to
paper.
Yeah, nobody does that. So you have to like tell pretty stories for people because that's what they want to hear. That sounded really dismissive, but most people think narratively, so you kind of have to communicate with people narratively.
No. Yeah, you're right, and I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see it. So.
Mods are deleting everything I say. It's really funny, guys. Really funny. I have to unmod everybody. Don't make me do that. It's too much power for some of these mods. We have a dingo coming soon too. That'll be fun.
Dingo?
There will be your anti-Semitism, girl.
And I can't wait. I'm actually aroused thinking about it.
Before Dingo gets here, I guess I wanted to ask Destiny another question, and that is the whole point about slavery being, I guess, based on like the, I don't know, economic status or whatever, wealth of a particular nation or race. Do you agree with this? I think this is the point that Mr. Girl made. It's like it had very little to do with race. Like race happened to sort of be like a secondary thing.
Maybe because, in like let's say like in really roundabout way, but like I think it's like that's such a high level abstraction that I don't know if it's relevant to the conversation.
Right, because you would agree that like the slaves to be chosen like would be of a different race, like could be Asians, whatever, black. Like,
generally,
yeah, you would sort of agree with that, right?
But I mean, like we could have conceived of a world where there was like a group of poor white people selling other poor white. Like there were white slaves.
Right.
They weren't many of them.
It's just like how accessible those people are, right?
Probably,
you would agree with that. Okay, so it's just very little to do with race and more to like with the accessibility of or their wealth, whatever.
Sure.
Looks like we have big tech coming too. We got big tech coming too, because
you're bringing on Southern Dingo though, huh?
Yeah, I love Dingo. I'm a Dingo simp.
Yeah, no, I thought that guy like fucking just disappeared into the ether or something.
Well, he hated me for a while after the whole after the whole Nick thing happened. It didn't. Oh wait, hold on.
Well, I don't know. I feel like the whole thing with OV and all that that kind of was the beginning of the end for those guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while. Whatever, Dingo. You hurry up. Put the Benadryl in the kids and let's go. All right. So yeah, big tech will be here. Oh wait, what's happening? I'm hearing an echo now. Which one of you guys is causing that?
Is it me?
Yeah, it might be.
Probably me. I'm out of here. I did what I needed to do.
All right, you have a good night, Tenreal.
Yeah, peace.
Bye. Bye.
Oh, Mio, I got a question for you.
Huh?
What do you think of Castizo futurism?
I don't know. Doesn't sound right to me.
What is that?
Castizo? Like is that the fair-skinned Spaniards or whatever?
I think he likes Latina girls is what it is.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen Kai talk about it a bit.
Oh, yeah? What did he say?
No, I think he's a big
Castizo guy. Uh-oh. What the?
What does that even mean?
No, I think it's basically the idea that like it's the idea of like a replacement, like replacing European Americans is it's like with a wave of Mexicans is going to backfire because like all that's going to end up happening, and I think this is going to be the case, is that you're just going to have like a coming Anglo-Hispanic demographic, so there's not really going to be like a replacement. There's just going to be like people that are like Northwest European but also like Spanish and Amerindian, so like it's not really, so they call it Castizo futurism. Basically people like Nick Fuentes.